Versatile Mage. Chapter 496. The Empress of the Burning Valley arrives. Part 3. Meteorite. Run. A meteorite is falling. I can't start my car's engine. It's on fire. The lights in the factory are all gone. Quick, anybody, go and turn off the main switch. All of Lehuo town was in total chaos. The people working overtime in the factories had no idea what was happening. They only felt a flicker before all the lights went out. Machinery powered by combustion broke down, including cars on the roads. As the meteorite in the sky approached the ground, machinery powered by fire magic all spontaneously combusted. There were many factories in the area, so flammable materials were everywhere. Many factories caught fire, setting off piercing alarms. Workers ran in panic, caring little about the infrastructure in the factories. The fire did not spread rapidly, giving people enough time to escape. However, those who managed to run into the open immediately saw a huge fireball, like the sun falling toward them, lighting up the entire sky. The workers had no idea where to run and stood dumbfounded. Luckily, the meteorite only passed above Lehuo town. Otherwise, the town would have turned into an ocean of flames, like hell on earth. Oh, Mama! Zhao Mannion raised his head, staring at the sky in disbelief. The night sky was brightly illuminated, the hill dyed blazing red by the light of the fire. The group was discussing how impossible it was for the fiery sorceress to appear in town when they saw the outline of a woman standing on the meteorite. She slid across the night sky, heralding a great calamity. Safe zone. Fortresses. When the Empress of the Burning Valley was angered, human defenses were mere decorations. The descending meteorite served as a blatant warning to the humans daring to touch her reverse scale. The meteorite slammed into the hill, instantly razing half of it. The villa was protected by a barrier, which could reduce the meteorite's impact by half. The fiery sorceress aimed the meteorite at the hill instead. The people in the villa were utterly dispirited. They stood there, watching the areas outside the barrier burn to ashes, completely vanishing. Many magicians patrolling the other half of the hill had most likely evaporated along with it. They didn't have time to scream or comprehend what was happening. At the pool in the villa, Mo Fan, Zhang Xiaohou, Lingeling, Xingxia, Chen Yi, Zhao Mannion, Mu Xiu, and Mu Tingle all froze, unable to believe what had happened outside the barrier. Half of the hill was gone, just like that. If the meteorite had been aimed at the villa, could the petty barrier even stop it? Would the people inside even be alive? Scorched land and remaining flames replaced the dense plants that had existed moments ago. A thick presence of destruction and death swept in the direction of the barrier. The Empress of the Burning Valley floated in the sky above the seemingly well-defended villa. Her eyes burned with flames while emitting a cold gaze at everything around her. She had appeared when everyone assumed she could not cross half of China to reach the easternmost regions. She had chased after the group like a nightmare, using her utterly destructive power to create such an astonishing scene. Her wrath warned the humans that someone was about to pay a great price for the sins they had committed. The fiery sorceress let out a piercing shriek, her gaze fixed on Mo Fan and the others. Chen Yi fell to the ground in fear, her soul trembling at what she had witnessed. She was the one who had driven the Grimsteel spike into the fiery sorceress' back. She had come for revenge and was here to exact it. The fiery sorceress floated outside the barrier. Her eyes squinted as she reached out toward Mo Fan's crew. When everyone assumed she would murder Chen Yi despite standing outside the barrier, Xingxia, sitting beside Mo Fan, was grabbed by a strange force, lifting her fragile body into the air. Xingxia. Mo Fan was shocked. He immediately activated the blood tabby and chased her outside the barrier. Xingxia seemed to be dragged by an invisible force, quickly crossing the watery barrier and flying toward the fiery sorceress. Mo Fan chased madly, igniting a puff of scorching flame on his hand. It surged into a fiery fist, blasting at the fiery sorceress. The fiery sorceress stood in the air. She glanced coldly at Mo Fan and easily nullified his fiery fist with some unknown power. Mo Fan was speechless. How foolish he had been to think he could harm the Burning Valley sorceress with her own fire element. He was about to cast a lightning spell when he heard Xinxia communicating with her using her psychic element. "Brother Mo Fan, she's not trying to harm me." Mo Fan did not give up. Using Fleeing Shadow and Blood Tabby, he leapt onto a pine tree that remained unharmed. Standing atop the pine tree, he was still a distance from the fiery sorceress and the captured Xinxia. He looked upward and shouted, "Let her go. She has nothing to do with this." Mo Fan's blood boiled. He did not realize that while shouting, his upper teeth grew longer, and his black hair lengthened and slowly turned white under the firelight. "I won't hurt her. I just want to take my belongings back." The fiery sorceress stood like an imperious emperor. She did not speak, yet Mo Fan could hear her voice. He glanced at Xinxia and realized her mouth was moving, speaking with a voice that did not belong to her. "She's a psychic magician. She will speak on my behalf," said the fiery sorceress, her voice coming from Xinxia's mouth. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.